Okay guys, we're going to do something a little different this time. We're going to talk about knots. We're going to do a uni to uni knot with a Bimini Twist influence, and I'm going to explain that more as we go along. What we're doing, we're taking braid, combining it with a fluorocarbon, or maybe mono to a fluorocarbon. Whatever you have, whatever you use in your style of fishing and wherever you fish at throughout the country, whatever you're doing. But we're taking two different types of line, combining them together to make a very, very, very strong knot. Again, it's called a uni to uni knot. And I say with a Bimini Twist influence because I'll show you how I do it, and it makes it a little bit stronger, and I'm going to explain that in more detail as we go along. This will be a very, very, very strong knot, much better than using a barrel swivel or any kind of swivel that will not run through your rod, guys, as you're casting. This one will. It'll be clean. It'll be simple. Guys, I've used this knot to catch my biggest fish. Everything from sharks to grouper to big snook to redfish to trout, tarpon, big jacks. Whatever it is you're targeting, this will be a great knot. You can use it in any type of water, salt, fresh, doesn't matter. I think you're really going to enjoy this. So I'll quit talking. I'm going to show you how we do it right now. Here we go. Okay guys, here we go. This white rope is going to be our main line. This is our braid. This is what's connecting to our rod, right? This is our braid. The white's the braid. This pink is going to be my fluorocarbon. This is my fluorocarbon. The pink's the fluorocarbon. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to take my white line. Since I've got plenty of it, I'm going to double it up. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to double it up just like that. I'm going to use plenty of it. I'm going to show you why. Use plenty of it. There's plenty of it to go around. There's plenty on the spool. This line's cheap. No big deal, right? We're going to double it up. The reason why I double it up is this, and this is what I was talking about earlier in regards to the Bimini Twist. This is your Bimini Twist influence. All a Bimini Twist is they take a really intricate, cool kind of a knot, they double up the line, they make the knot like right here, for example, and then you have this double line, right? That's all that Bimini Twist does. That's the only thing it does. It doubles up, it makes a cool little knot, it doubles up your line, then they take this, they create the uni, which is exactly what we're going to do. And then you tie off to a fluorocarbon and they go catch big tarpon and all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Cool, right? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do, only except we don't have to tie that intricate, tedious Bimini knot, which does take some time, and it's very, very intricate. It's a very cool knot. You can look it up. I sat on my couch one day and did it like 5 times in a row and figured it out, and it's pretty cool. However, we don't have to do that. We're going to double up our line and still accomplish the exact same goal, right? So here we go. Double up our line. We take our fluorocarbon here. As such, I'm going to take my line, my braid in my left hand, fluorocarbon in my right. I'm going to lay that main line right on top of that fluorocarbon, and I'm going to simply make a loop. Okay? I'm going to make a loop with it. I'm going to loop it back right over. I'm going to lay it right on top. Lay it right on top of that fluorocarbon, just like that. Now, for demonstration purpose, this is rope. This is thick rope. Braid is going to be very, very thin. As opposed to what I've got right here. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go 3 times. When I do my braid, I go 6. 6 times with the braid, because that's exactly what this is. This white rope is my braid. But for demonstration purposes, this rope is so thick, I'm going to go 3. So here we go. I'm going to take my main line, my braid. I laid it right on top of my braid and my fluorocarbon. And I'm going to make a loop, and I'm going to go inside and outside that loop 3 times. So here's 1, 2, 3. And again, when I'm using it for real, with real braid, I'm going to go 6. But for demonstration purposes and how thick this line is, I'm going to go 3. I'm going to tighten it up. I'm going to get it nice and snug, right? I'm going to tighten it there. I've got some my tag end. Tighten that. Tighten your main line. Get it snug. You're going to tighten it up more, but just get it nice and snug. Okay. Now, I'm going to focus on my fluorocarbon now. I'm going to do the exact same thing, just on the opposite side. If you notice, this knot will slide. It'll slide on that fluorocarbon back and forth, whatever you want. Okay, now it gets a little bit more interesting. Now this fluorocarbon is expensive, right? We don't want to have a bunch of excess because we don't want to waste money because this stuff gets pricey. So I'm going to position this in a way where I don't have to use too much. I don't have to waste too much. Okay, I'm going to take my fluorocarbon in my right hand. I'm going to take my line plus my fluorocarbon in my left hand plus my tag end right there, and I'm going to make a loop. With my fluorocarbon, I'm going to lay it right on top. I'm going to lay it right on top. Can you see that? I'm going to lay it right on top. Right on top of that line, that braid. I'm going to make a loop with it. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is with my fluorocarbon, I go 4 times. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to go 3, just again because of the rope, right? Because it's thicker. But for the fluorocarbon loop, I go 4. Braid was 6, fluorocarbon is 4. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to go 3. 1, right over top. 2, right over top. 3. And I'm going to pull it out. And it's going to create that knot right there. Okay, see that? I just pull the tag end. I'm going to pull my braid. I'm going to grab my braid with my line, and I'm going to pull my fluorocarbon here, and I'm going to kind of give it a little tug, right? Make sure it's nice and snug. Cool. So now what I've done is I've created a knot with my fluorocarbon, and again, I did it over both my tag and my main line. I've created that knot over both. I'm using, now my line is doubled. My line has been doubled up. I'm not just doing it over one, I'm doing it over both. My tag and my main line. That's the strength. That's where you're going to get that extra strength from, okay? And I've created my knot with my braid, which is the white knot. The white knot's the braid going to back to your fishing rod. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this braid onto my hand. Nice good grip with my fluorocarbon. And I'm going to simply just bring these 2 knots together. Now you're going to see a little bow, you're going to see a little slack. That's okay. That's going to come from your tag end. You pull your tag in on your braid, whoop, and it cinches right up. Now I'm going to grab my tag in with my braid. I'm going to grab my fluorocarbon, and I'm going to bring these 2 knots right together. Bang. Just like that. So now what do I have? I've got fluorocarbon on one side, braid on the other. And now I'm going to wrap it real tight. Again, also too, you're going to want to wet it. Wet your knot before you cinch it. You don't want to tie a dry knot. You want to tie a wet knot. So when you get to this point, every time, whenever you, especially on your fluorocarbon, wet it. Get it wet. The braid, you're fine. The braid is so silky smooth, it's not going to matter. But your fluorocarbon, you want to wet it before you tighten it. Never tie it on a dry knot. Amen? Okay. You tie it nice and strong, tighten it up, and then what do? We're done. Now we clip off our tag ends. Piece of cake. So as you see me cutting these tag ends, one thing I want to mention, pull those tag ends really tight. That's going to eliminate any slack in the knot right there. I'm cutting the fluorocarbon. Pull that tight. You're going to see the loop and the braid. Pull that tight as well. That's going to eliminate any slack in the knot and give you a good, clean, strong knot. Doing that's going to help you out tremendously. Guys, watch this video over and over and over again. Had a guy tell me when I was learning how to throw a cast net, said, Shane, you got to throw it 100 times. Tie this knot 100 times, and you're going to get really, really good. This will be I've had lures break, hooks bend before this knot will break. This is a very, very, very strong knot. Guys, thanks for watching the video. We appreciate you always. Thanks for watching. Like it, share it, do all that cool stuff. Watch this video over and over and over again. Get good at it. This will be a very strong knot. This will be something that you'll use for a really long time. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll catch you on the next one. See you later. Deuces.